is the William Bulwer-Long Memorial Grassroots Hunters Chase, 3 miles and 18 fences ahead of them. Short run towards the first in front of the stands. Master Workman leads over it. They've all cleared it safely, but there's already 10 lengths between first and last as Master Workman and Sam Davies-Thomas make their running towards fence number 2. Warden Hill is close up in red and green, and then in the pale silks we have Mr. Made It. Those are the front 3, and they're 3 lengths in advance of Pop Away. Next in the field is last year's winner Vasco de Me, followed by Hurrabaroo, and then Carlton Ryan. Wild Bill is next, and the back marker is Flash Tommy as they clear this plain fence on the side of the course, all streaming over it safely, and now a good 15 lengths between first and last as Master Workman sets the pace towards the far side, and they head on towards the next 2 plain fences, 3 and 4. Master Workman by a couple of lengths, disputing second place, Mr. Made It, and on the inside rail is Warden Hill. These are the 3 leaders over that first fence on the far side, and there Pop Away has blundered and unseated Imi Robinson. So Pop Away is out of the race as they move on then towards the next. Imi seems okay, quickly back on her feet as they race on then towards the 4th. Master Workman, Mr. Made It, and between the pair, Warden Hill. A 5-length break to Vasco de Me, a mistake at the back of the field by Flash Tommy. It's no serious damage done as they race along the side of the course and head on towards the 5th, and this is the first of the open ditches. With the advantage, it's Master Workman by 2 lengths, Warden Hill second and Mr. Made It third. 6 lengths to Vasco de Me, and then Carlton Ryan and Hurrabaroo. 2 lengths to Wild Bill as they take the open ditch. Front 3 over it safely, and the last to rise once again was Flash Tommy. Swinging into the straight and heading on then towards 2 more plain fences, numbers 6 and 7. Master Workman, who just gave best here to one of today's rivals, so Mr. Made It, who's disputing second. They were first and second here in a Hunter's Chase last spring. Mr. Made It coming out on top that day in the hands of George Greener, renewing rivalry with Master Workman, once again in the hands of Sam Davies-Thomas. They cleared that fence together, and a mistake there by Carlton Ryan, and gets a swift reminder from William Easterby after that blunder. On towards another plain fence as they head past the stands. A new leader, Mr. Made It, goes on from Master Workman. Back in 3rd place, races Warden Hill, 5 lengths to Vasco de Me. Patiently ridden Wild Bill next for Connor Orr, and then Carlton Ryan. Hurrabaroo next, and the back marker by 2 lengths is Flash Tommy as they race away then towards the next fence over on the side of the course. And this is the 8th of the 18, heading towards it. It's Mr. Made It alongside Master Workman. They rise in unison, and the quicker leap came from Mr. Made It as they cleared that plain fence, and they race away now towards the far side of the track. And Mr. Made It sent on now by George Greenock, leads just over a length clear from Master Workman. Warden Hill's always been in that leading trio. He's 2 lengths ahead of the next, and that's the steadily improving Wild Bill in the blue with the pink hoop. So they go towards the next fence over on the far side. Mr. Made It in front from Master Workman, Warden Hill, Wild Bill. Vasco de Me, a mistake there by Wild Bill, not fluent at that one. 3 lengths to Carlton Ryan, and then another 3 lengths to the next Hurrabaroo, and the back marker by a length is Flash Tommy, taking the next over on the far side of the track. And there, a good leap from Master Workman. Seems the back at sides, Mr. Made It. These 2 old adversaries will lead them out of the back straight on this circuit. Carlton Ryan being driven along once again by William Easterby. Warden Hill still very much in touch behind the front 2 for Tom Chatfield Roberts as they make the run along the side of the course once more and head towards another open ditch. This is the 11th. It'll be the second last next time round. Mr. Made It, Master Workman, the 2 take it with just a length to spare from the 3rd Warden Hill as they race then towards the home straight once more. 5-length break to last year's winner, Vasco de Me, improving to join Wild Bill for the next position. A length and a half to Carlton Ryan, who's recovered from that blunder. And the 6th-length break to the trailing duo of Hurrabaroo, and the back marker ridden along by Jack Andrews is Flash Tommy. So they head up towards these 2 plain fences once again. This will be the last next time round. No change in the order there as they crossed it, and a short run towards the next. And here the loose horse is causing problems and very nearly carried the leaders out there. They did really well to stay in the race. Once again, Carlton Ryan was anything but perfect, and there was a blunder once more from Flash Tommy at the back of the field. But the loose horse there, Pop Away, almost caused a melee at the fence in front of the stands. They go out on the final circuit, and with the advantage, it's Mr. Made It from Warden Hill going second. Master Workman still a handy third. 5 lengths to Wild Bill, then a couple of lengths to Carlton Ryan, and then Vasco de Me struggling at this stage to Mount a Blow, last year's winner, and at the back of the field, Hurraburu has taken that fence, pulled up before taking that fence was Flash Tommy. So they go down the back for the final time, 4 fences to take, and it's Mr. Mady, George Greenock leading, Warden Hill in second place, Master Workman, Wild Bill are the next 2 as they go towards this plain fence over on the far side. Mr. Made It from Warden Hill a close second. This pair have an advantage now, an increasing advantage of 8 or 10 lengths from Carlton Ryan, Master Workman and Wild Bill, and then Vasco de May and Hurraburu taking the last on the far side, and it's Mr. Made It and Warden Hill. The pair have broken clear of the pack. Carlton Ryan is staying on for pressure. He's made a couple of mistakes. He's got 8 lengths to find on the front 2. He's gone third though, ahead of Master Workman, and then a 20 length break to Wild Bill, who's being pulled up, and then Vasco de Me. They race along the side of the course. This is the open ditch, and this will be 2 from the finish. It is Mr. Made It with the advantage. He's a length or so clear. Once again, the loose horse runs across the leaders, but this time doesn't cause so many problems. Now in second place, Warden Hill is being driven, and the gap between the front 2 has increased to a couple of lengths. Then there's an 8 length gap back to Carlton Ryan, who continues to stay on. They head towards the final fence, and it's George Greenock aboard Mr. Made It who will lead them into the straight and head towards this last fence, 4 lengths clear of Warden Hill in second, who's about to be pressed for that position by the staying on Carlton Ryan, who is finishing to good effect, racing towards the final fence. Mr. Made It with the lead over the last fence and falls at the last and badly hampers Warden Hill, and coming from way off the pace, it is Carlton Ryan and William Easterby. They will come away and score. It's a double for connections on the day. It's a great ride from William because the horse has made several serious mistakes, but he's got away with it. He's gone on to beat Warden Hill, who did well to recover from being hampered at the last and crossing the line. And the only other one to finish in third place, last year's winner, Vasco de Me, an eventful Hunter's Chase.